Hello my friends, I'm G Hondo, and welcome back to our Let's Play of OpenTTD Season 4, the Express Only Challenge. So we're picking up right where we left off last episode. As I promised at the end of that episode, I have re-configured the mine loading side. I still have the same number of stations, 4. But I have gone back to the on-the-road version and made these basically into, little one-way tunnels, sort of. So the theory is, as they come out here, it's one way, of course, they at that point can choose left or right. Let's say go right. They can choose to turn or not turn as they see fit. So basically they have 4 paths to go so they can have 4 vehicles loading at once, and then they're streamlined back out and again back onto a one-way. I'm hoping this works. We shall see together. Will it actually work? I do not know, but we will try. If nothing else, it certainly looks a lot cleaner than the mess I had before, which was absolutely terrible. But we'll see how it goes. See, this way also gives them a little bit of room to backlog a bit if they need to. And so far it looks like it is working out well enough. We of course had a bit of backlogged coal, which is now gone, so now they'll actually be stopping there. That's fine. Okay, so I think this is working. Yeah, certainly seems okay. Once they've had time to move around a bit and space out a little bit better, it'll work out a lot nicer. But this should be more than sufficient, even though they'll only ever use one side. So we can only load 4 trucks at once, not 8. Because it's so streamlined, I think it's still going to be overall more efficient. Well, hello Smokey, why did you wake up? What's up, buddy? Is Devil awake too? He was sleeping as well. But anyway, so I think this will work out just fine. Oh, it actually can load 2 at once, even though they're not on opposite sides of the road. I thought they could only do 1 per side, but it looks like they can actually load 2 anyway. Interesting. That's very interesting. I did not know that. Well, that works out even better then. So that's absolutely fantastic. Excellent. Okay. So that is good. Yeah, we're showing us hauling 51 currently. Again, I'll need to update. Because we had a little bit of a break. Well, hello, sir. Well, we're not going to do the climbing on me version again, are we? Sir? Please? Sir? You were sleeping just fine while I was playing with all this. So how come as soon as I start recording you have to wake up and crawl on me? Come on now. That's not cool and you know it. That's not cool and you know it. Okay, oh, you want down the side? Okay. That's fine. Go down the side then. That's fine. Hang out there. I'm fine with that. Strange kitty. Anyway. Strange kitty. Now I thought I saw a message just pop by about a negative profit vehicle. Yes, I did. A couple of them. But they're the crutch vehicles, so that makes sense because I did have them locked up for a couple of times while I was doing all this, so I'm going to call that okay for now. And we'll wait until next year to see if it's actually going to be a problem or not. But I think this should be okay. As long as this production stays 70, or in fact grows, that would be even better. But as long as it doesn't get any worse, then this should be fine. If it does get worse, I'll have to either get rid of some vehicles or maybe just lock them in the depot. Not actually sell them, but just disable them. But I think it should be fine. It's been holding pretty steady in the 70s. So of course it just immediately dropped to the 60s just because I mentioned it. Because that's how we roll. I originally was going to have a fifth one right down the middle here, but I got thinking most of them will probably want to use that one, and then this intersection will still be a traffic jam, so I took it out and went just with 2 on each side. But if I ever need to, I do have theoretical room for expansion over here, and if it comes right down to it, I can always move this road here further down and build more, if I ever need to, but I don't think I should. This really should be sufficient. I'd be very surprised if this ever goes over about 200 or so that would take to actually push this beyond capacity, so I think that'll be totally fine. We'll let the year tick over so we can see the how they're doing. See if I have to get rid of a vehicle or not. That'll also push us a little bit closer to 1880, and I'm pretty sure there's some new vehicles around then, so looking forward to that. I've slid down on my chair just a second, folks. Ouch. There we go. Better. Okay. Much better. Everything's still fine here. Yep, everything's still fine there. Okay, good stuff. Very good stuff. Okay. That obviously won't have changed because this won't have changed. Yeah, still 48. Okay, so we still had one that was below. So maybe I do need to just disable a couple of vehicles. I'm not going to sell them off, but I'm going to just disable a few of them. Sort these by number. There. So we'll just send them to depot and then leave them there. We can just leave them there, and that will free up all that coal to be better spread amongst the other 15 vehicles, which means their profit should improve. And hopefully it's enough to actually tick that profit per year over enough for some score. That's the plan. Well, that's bumped up back into the 80s. Very nice. Very nice. And they've all arrived by now, of course. No problem there. Okay. Very good. While that's going, let's just have a quick look around, see how our opponents are doing. And I'm going to say very, very poorly. Oh, that's right, because they have these terrible buses. These super slow ones with unexceptional capacity. Alright, I remember that now. And of course I'm going to get a bunch of messages about how they're sitting in depot. That's fine. I'm very aware of that. Oh, hello again, sir. Are you coming back up? Okay, you jumping back up? Come on up. Or are you just going to stand there beside me? What do you feel like doing? You don't know what you want to do. Okay. And how about I just give you some room to do either, and you decide on your time. How's that sound? Sound good? Yes, that sounds good. Alright. So I'm basically just cruising through time here just to get to 1880 because I want to see these new vehicles. I'm hoping there's a new and better bus. That would be really nice. I'm pretty sure it's not going to be a boat or a train yet. I'm pretty sure those are not until sometime into the 1900s, but I do remember seeing there were new steam vehicles, so I just can't remember what they were. But we're almost there. We're late 1878, so it's not too much longer. You don't want me to pet you, sir? Every time I pet his head, he paws my hand and crushes it down. Okay, that's fine. If you don't want me to, I won't. That's fine. Not gonna argue with you. If you don't want attention, you don't want attention. That's fine. I understand. Or is it you just don't want chin rub? No, you're fine with chin rub now. You just didn't want to be petted then, but now, 45 seconds later, you're fine with it. Okay. Mine is not the reason why. What are you guys doing? Why won't you just finish these roads? Yeah, this just bugs me. I know it shouldn't. It's nothing to do with me. It's entirely not my fault or problem, but for some reason it just bugs me. Who knows why? Alright, so 78 is just about done. Late December. And that's 79. We just need to cruise through 79 and then we're good to go. Hopefully. I really hope they're not disappointing vehicles again. I would really like to upgrade those buses. To get rid of the last of my horse carriages and move entirely to steam. The wave of the future. Well, in the late 1800s, I guess that was the wave of the future, but anyway. Still did not have any success there. Really? Oh, right, because I pushed them in partway through the year, so they still counted as having running costs for that first little bit. Okay, so I wait one more year for them to fall off. And then looks like realistically it was more like 100, which is still pretty low, but yeah, so I don't really know what to do with them, whether I should just sell them or put them back in use or just leave them as is. I don't know. Well, that's bumped up to 90. You know, I'll just put them back in use. It's fine. It's fine. Let us have a bit of a backlog here. It's fine. I'll just have to ignore the minimum profit stat for a while, because clearly it's not one I can actually do much with. I guess maybe I should concentrate on then overall delivered amount, maybe. Or minimum income. Yeah, that's not going to move much until these are drastically better. Okay, so there's not really much else I can do here right now. I really need better vehicles before I can really push towards getting a higher profit margin. Trains are a fair bit better, and later on when we get planes, they're way better. So, I guess I'll have to wait on that. So for now, oops. Hey, it is a bus. Let's go have a proper look at it. Six-horse bus. Okay, so I mean it's definitely a massive upgrade from the previous steam bus. Having said that, it's still basically still just a less than half speed passenger bus. So it's still not really worth taking. It's absolutely better, no question, than that one. But it still kind of sucks. So I'm going to say no. And we'll wait into 80 and see if anything else comes up. So an improvement, but nowhere near enough of an improvement. That is disappointing. Oh well, that's okay. That's okay. The chances are it'll upgrade, though, its bus. Not because it's going to help it profit or anything, but just because that means it'll go faster and thus be a lot less in the way. But I don't know. Or if that only just buys the most current one at the time and then never upgrades them. I don't know how that works. I don't remember from the last season. I wasn't paying that much attention to the vehicles that the AI was using. So I do not know. Alright, 79 is very close to being done. We're into early October. So we'll see what other vehicle we get. If I had to guess, though, it probably will be a cargo equivalent of that passenger one that wasn't all that great, is my guess, but I don't remember, so we'll just have to wait and see. We will have to wait and see. Here's hoping for a decent bus. That would be so nice. welcome back, sir. Hi. Oh, okay. Are you staying here, or are you going up back on the top of the chair? Well, you're staying here, I see. Okay. Oh, you're going to purr in my ear. That's very nice. Okay. Just do whatever you want to do, buddy. It's all good. Okay, there's 1880. Let's see if... I don't know if we'll get a pop-up for it, or if I'll just have to go and check. Looks like we're not going to get a pop-up for it, so... we'll just go and check manually. Okay. So nothing new there. Nothing new there. Okay, so nothing new yet. So maybe it was later in the year that I'm thinking of. Or maybe that one in 79 was the only one. I thought there was 2 of them. But my memory's not so good, so it's very possible that one new bus was the only new one. And if so, that's incredibly disappointing. Because it's not that great. Interesting. Very interesting. Yeah, so still not quite enough coal coming out of here to keep all those vehicles profitable yet. That's okay. We'll just let this one go for a while and not worry about that too much. You know, this one will tick up on its own, because we are making money relatively well. And I'm not spending too much right now, because we're not really expanding or anything. Although I could, that would increase income, I suppose. But like I said, I really don't want to build too much out with these lousy buses. I really don't see any really nearby cities that are worth going to. Because they're very few are, you know, relatively near, are pretty tiny, so there's not a lot of point in doing. I really do want to wait for better vehicles. Even though that means we're kind of just stagnating, but be a lot of stuff to connect up here once we get up there, which will be nice. That will be nice. Have you decided to actually do anything yet? Still not yet. And yeah, that's just not cutting it. That doesn't even pay for the vehicles themselves, let alone your stations or your loan or whatever other is. We've still never figured that out, but anyway. Just not gonna do it, sir. Thanks for coming out. There'll be a parting gift at the door. Alright, let's see if it can hold 90. That would be what I consider ideal. I think realistically there's no reason I can't be adding another station or two for Slenningville here. I see no real reason we can't be doing that. Because right now we're basically covering this block and that's it, so let's get another one down here somewhere. Maybe here. And up here somewhere. Maybe here. Right. Then we need one. Well, we sort these by name. Thank you. One mail and one passenger. And where is your actual depot? What's the chances I can see it? Not very good, apparently. Right, okay. Well, you're headed towards it, so I guess we'll just watch you. Oh, it's right there. There it is. Okay. So we need one more mail, and probably two more passenger, let's say. So the new mail one can go off of that. And the new passenger one can go off of that. Excellent. Okay. Now, the last thing we need to do is the whole point of actually adding in those stations. If I clicked on the right one, that would be helpful. So we need a mail and a passenger. And now we can make the change to include these two stations. So, right now you're going from that depot to Liverlow to the depot to Slenningville. So before you go to Slenningville, you'll go to Central, then to Slenningville, then to North, and then back to Slenningville to Central. A little bit convoluted, but I think it should work. So up to here, back to here, and here. Excellent. Alright, lads, off you go. Gives us much better coverage, and a bit more work for those to do, so they should be more profitable once these actually get going. Okay, so passengers are activated at North. Mail's activated at Central. Okay, so Central's completely activated. So now we're just waiting on North to see one of the mail trucks. And then it's completely active as well. Yowzes. And there we go. Alright, both stations are completely active. Fantastic. There, I feel a lot better about that, because that city had grown quite a bit with just that one. Probably could do this something very similar with Liverlow, maybe one more station. It's not quite as big a deal, though. And none of these have grown enough. This one's already got 2 stations. Could probably squeeze a 3rd in, but that's okay. Not critical. Not a big deal. That is fantastic. So I am officially and 100% saying that my friend in email is 100% correct. Keeping, the transported amount in the 50 to 70 range does definitely vastly improve the production. So thank you very much for letting me know that. And that will change how I play this game from now on. Because, like I said before, I never would bother. I would just throw a few vehicles just to make sure they're profitable and then move on. But now I can see that it actually is worthwhile doing. And that kind of gives me an idea for maybe next season's challenge. Maybe I'll do something along the lines of having to keep, 50, 60, 70% transport on all industries. I'll have to think about it. Not sure how exactly that'll work, but that might be something to think about. But anyway, we're only in 1881. We've got a long way to go before we're worrying about next season. We're just finally starting to get going in this season. So, no need to think too far ahead. Awesome. Okay. So this should be a little bit higher than this because I added those extra stations. I don't think it's going to be an enormous jump, but it should be a little bit better. Although obviously the property maintenance will also be a little bit harder, but that's okay. That's okay. Yeah. Good stuff. But I really do wish that there was some way of seeing what was, coming up soon, like, soon to be on the market in 1882, this thing. So you can't maybe buy it yet, but you can at least see it coming. It's a shame that they don't have anything like that. That would be really, really useful. Would also make the introduction date sort actually useful. But anyway. Yeah, definitely not useful to me at this point. Oh well. Oh well. Yeah, that's just brutal. That is just brutal. Mine can cross in 2 days. This thing takes a week and a half. That is brutal. Well, you just have to hope you don't get stuck behind one. Especially a broken down one, that it's even worse. Just brutal. Anyway. Nothing I can do about that. I have no sway whatsoever over the computer's decisions. If I did, I'd tell them just to upgrade to the next one and actually start using his stations. There's a few things I could recommend, but it won't listen to me, so nothing doing there. That's absolutely fantastic. And we're still able to hold 70 of that. Yeah, we're still holding 70% of that. Which I get, yeah, means now we actually have enough production that we're actually slightly backlogging. That's a good problem to have. That's a very good problem to have. That actually means I could use more vehicles. I was about to get rid of some a couple of minutes ago, but now I'm starting to think I need more. Wow. That is amazing. That also really worries me for that idea I'm having about the next season, because if they're going to grow that well, if I have a lot of industries going in that game, that's going to be really hard to keep track of them all. But anyway, again, we'll worry about that later. For now, though, it seems to me I really do need at least 2 or 3 more vehicles, so I think I'll just go ahead and get 5. You. And lastly, you. Okay. Alright, it dropped a bit, but we're still hauling a good percentage of it, so. It's a good thing drop-offs are so quick. Or this side would start backlogging too. Anyway, we have cleared the backlog. So now there will be slight delays to pick up coal, but still not much. I like it. I like it a lot. Not real keen on the max reliability only being 75. That's a bit low, but it's a pretty short trip, so I guess it'll be okay. I'm gonna make about $100 a trip. Yeah, not bad at all. And we have 4 or 5 waiting at a time, which makes sense because we were just cleaning the backlog out before I added those 5. So I basically added 5 more vehicles whose only job is to wait. Yay me! Oh, that's okay. On the topic, though, of percentage hauled, I'm curious now, how are we doing at our actual main stations? Terribly. I think it is time to add some more trams. So where, oh where, has my little dog gone? No, that's not what I want to say. I might be losing my mind, folks. Might be a thing. Oh, really, where did I put? I thought it was over here somewhere, and it should have been easy to see because the tracks would lead right into it. Oh, right there. No, that's a road one, not a tram one. I'm not sure why I have tram tracks leading into it. That's very confusing. There, that makes more sense. Now, let's actually find... I thought I hadn't put another depot near here, though. I really did. Like right there. Yes, that's a tram depot. Okay. Good enough. So, we need to get a passenger and a mail that we can work with. Which I guess I don't need to click on them, I just need to know where they are. Alright, so we want lots more of these. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Say 10 of those, and 5 more of the mail ones. Excellent. Okay. Sure you are shared. Yes, good. Off you go. Do 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 do. Alright, now we'll start hopefully clearing out some of the enormous passenger and mail backlogs at most of our stations. I still don't think we're going to get anywhere near the 50 to 70% range I'd like to see, but I think we can do better than mediocre. I think that's a reasonable goal to shoot for. I think we can do better than mediocre. Or at least I'd like to hope so. Okay, just about got them all here. Okay, there we go. So that's 10 more passengers and 5 more mail. And they've had some time already to go because I was letting the time go as I was moving them, so they should be relatively well spaced out relative to all the other vehicles. So that should help. I really hope so, because I spent a lot of money on them. What's up, Smokey? What are you screaming at? What are you screaming at? No idea. No idea. This devil's being nice and quiet. So that's good, I guess. Anyway. Well, we're up to a solid poor instead of just mediocre. Or is it central I was looking at? Which one was I using? There's the main one. I guess they're both up to poor, so I guess it doesn't matter. So that's still really bad, but is... Oh, I'm sorry, poor is worse than mediocre. Never mind. I thought I was improving, I was actually getting worse. It's victory. Yeah, okay. We'll go with that. We will go with that. If nothing else, so that will improve the delivered amount a bit. Won't be by much, but it will go up a little bit. And the income will go up a teensy bit as well. Tiny, tiny bit. But it's enough to put me over 50, so that's nice. That did not give me a new headquarters, though, so I don't know where the break point is. Maybe it's 55 or 60 or something. Not sure. Either way, No change there, sadly to say. But that's okay. Now, I didn't check after I saw that vehicle in 1880. I didn't check when the next one was. So I think, have to keep a bit of an eye on that, just in case I miss a pop-up. See, there, in fact, was one in 81, and I did not get a pop-up for it. Well, let's see. So this is for the coal, so it's a bit faster and a bit more capacity. Yeah, that's one I would want right away. So let's go ahead and do that immediately, because it's better in every way. Well, I mean, it costs more, so I guess that's not better in that way, but it's otherwise better in every way, better reliability too. Okay, a very comparable bus, only slightly slower, but better capacity, and it's cheaper to run. Interesting. So that might very well be worth swapping out to. Same life expectancy, a little bit less reliability. So is a 40% increase in capacity worth that little bit of a slowdown? Probably. So I think we're going to replace them as well. Well, I'm glad I checked that, because I didn't get pop-ups for either of those vehicles. Which is unfortunate. But still, we are getting upgrades in now and again, so that's a good thing. That's, of course, going to decimate the income, but that's fine. That's fine. We can handle the hit. But it means we will be moving more stuff around, even if it is slightly slower. It's still, I think, worth it. I think it's worth it. It's an approximately, what would that be, about 20% drop in speed for a 40% increase in capacity, so. And the fact it's also cheaper to run is just bonus. So, I am okay with that. Okay, these ones are all done. These ones still have a few to go. A little over half of them are done. Oh, and actually the reliability is improving as they're being used more and more, so even that's becoming less and less of an issue. I guess it's still considered them fairly new, being only 2 years old. That's okay. That's okay. Oh wow, actually hitting 90% transport. That is fairly impressive. Still huge backlogs of other stuff, but we're certainly doing well on coal, that is for sure. 7 vehicles waiting for coal right now, though. That seems a little bit high to me. But I guess there's nothing I can do about that. Just not sure why that is, because for the longest time it's only having about 5 holding. Not sure why we're up to 7 or 8 holding at a time now when this has actually gone up. But who knows? Who knows? Mine is not to reason why. And why are you all choosing this one? The whole point of this was to avoid backlogs. I guess I need to do some more fidgeting with this road. Give them a longer run-up or something. Because they clearly all have decided they're going here. Even though it's really full. So that doesn't really work. That's a shame, because I really like this layout. I thought it would work just fine. Don't be surprised if next episode this has changed a little bit. I'm not going to do a major rehaul of it, but don't be terribly surprised if it doesn't look exactly like this next time, because I might play with it again after this episode. I might not. I haven't decided. I don't know. But this does bug me. The whole point of this was to avoid that. Oh, I see why it happens too. The first vehicle goes, the vehicle that was behind it trying to load is still loading, and vehicles see a very close one available and try and go to it, but they can't get to it because that one's in the way. Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly what the problem is. Okay. Yeah, we are going to change that around a bit. Alright, everybody, back in again. For we will be making some changes once again. Hello, Smokey. You coming up, buddy? Come on. Yeah. Yeah, come on. Stuck your nose up. You wanted up. There you go. There you go. Okay, well they're not all back in yet, but they're far enough along that they're out of the way. Okay, so what am I doing with this? Clearly this setup does not work, because they're favoring this one, then this one, and then the outside ones, and that gives too much time for these to back up. So, I think I need to do some major rework here. So first and foremost, I'm going to extend this over one. And I'm going to make this a one-way road again. Let's just get rid of this one entirely. And let's get rid of these stations. I was asking you actually to get rid of the stations. What are you talking about? Oh. So I'm not on the right one. Silly. There we go. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to leave this one here just so I still have a station available officially. Just do that. Otherwise I would have to redo all the manifests. Okay. So I think what I want then is just to be rid of this for a minute. And I think we're just going to go something like that. And we'll once again one-way it. Only instead of being on-road ones, we're going to do stationed ones. Yeah, I think that will work out a little bit better. That means now I can get rid of that other existing one, because we don't need it anymore. And then they are coming back out. Oops. Back onto this main road to kind of head back out here. So that should be better. They're still going to favor this middle one a bit, but I don't think I can help that. But at least now there's enough of a run-up that they should be okay, I think. I'm not 100% on this, but we're going to try it. But we'll need to give them some time to roll around through. And of course the first ones will go instantly because we're backlogging. But that makes sense, and that's not a big deal. Oh, sorry buddy. I went to pet him, apparently I scared him into jumping down. Oopsies. That's an oopsies. Oh, sorry, it's actually this one they're all favoring. I thought they would favor this one because it's closer. Okay, so this theory does not work at all. Or at least not while there's no division in where they are. So that's not working either. Poop. Okay. In that case, let's get rid of that one and try adding it a little bit closer. Let's see if that appeals more to them. Yes, that appeals more to them. Now it'll probably be this one that gets all traffic. And probably none of them will go over to this one anymore. Yeah, I still don't like that at all. I can put one here. But again, I'm not entirely sure that that means any of this other siding part's helpful. So I may just end up getting rid of it entirely. But at least if they're using both of these semi-evenly, that should help. Probably. I've said that before, but... yeah, I think in all reality I can just absolutely get rid of this part here, because it's not going to be used at all. Okay, apparently I took the road out too soon. Whoopsies. Or you're trying to use that to turn around, maybe. Who knows? I don't know what you're doing, so just don't do it. Okay, that's a lot better. I shouldn't say a lot better, it's somewhat better. It means this intersection must be an absolute nightmare for a truck driver to deal with. I would not want to be one of the drivers of these. Must be absolutely ridiculous. But let's see if it's at least enough to keep this slowly chipping down. So far it does look like it is. Oh, that's dropped a bit as well, but... yeah, I don't know. Again, I'm going to call it an episode here, but again, don't be surprised if this changes yet again sometime before next episode, because I don't like this at all. But we are, however, at time control, so I'm going to put a cut in there. So I'd like to thank everyone for watching today, and until next time, folks, stay calm, and I hope you come and chill with me again in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye now.